Vulnerable patients include those already critically injured, adults and children, and newborns who depend on life support in intensive care. And moving severely ill people. And remember, many of those are children. And these severely ill people whose injuries mean their only chances of survival is being on a life support such as mechanical ventilators. So moving those people is a death sentence. Asking health workers to do so is beyond cruel.
Avoiding what could transform what is already a tragedy into a calamitous situation.
Health system in Gaza in general, and you have received our statement last night about this, is at breaking point. Time is running out to prevent a humanitarian catastrophe if fuel, water, food, and life-saving health and humanitarian supplies cannot be urgently delivered to the Gaza Strip amidst the complete blockade. Hospitals have only a few hours electricity each day as they are forced to ration depleting fuel reserves and rely on generators to sustain the most critical functions. And even those functions will have to cease in a few days when fuel stocks run out.
Days and days of airstrikes and cuts to all supply routes. Gaza's sole power plant are utterly overwhelmed to treatment. Tarik has covered this very well.
Early this morning, Central European time, leaders of the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs and the Department of Safety and Security in Gaza were informed by their liaison officers in the Israeli military that the entire population of Gaza, north of Wadi Gaza, should relocate to southern Gaza within the next 24 hours. This amounts to approximately 1.1 million people. Now, the same order applied to all UN staff and those sheltered in UN facilities, including schools, health centers, and clinics.
Now, most residents can no longer get drinking water from service providers or indeed household water through pipes.
The United Nations considers it impossible for such a movement to take place without devastating humanitarian consequences. The United Nations strongly appeals for any such order to be rescinded, avoiding what could transform what is already a tragic situation into a calamitous situation.
Gaza must be safely and immediately reunited.